The non-campaign Obama bus trip continued in Virginia today with the First Family's best campaigner joining the tour. First, a non-political stop to thank servicemen and servicewomen at Joint Base Langley Eustis in Virginia.
I'm very thrilled, very honored to be here. Number one, I never get to do anything with my husband. I haven't seen him in 3 days. This is a nice date. It's good to see you. You're looking good.
I hate following Michelle. She's so good. How lucky am I to be married to Michelle Obama?
Mrs. Obama seems to have gone into 2012 mode, just like her husband, helping to fundraise and, according to some, softening his image. Anita McBride is the former chief of staff to First Lady Laura Bush and a senior advisor to the George W. Bush Foundation. Well, Laura Bush raised $15 million, some say, in 2004, was a great campaigner, much more popular than her husband, and we seem to be seeing that First Ladies do have a lot of popularity. Michelle Obama, what are her strengths?
Well, First Ladies do add a lot to a campaign. There's absolutely no question about that. There is no downside. They can raise a lot of money, and they also can distribute a lot of goodwill. And I think you're seeing that also with Mrs. Obama. And this was a perfect campaign event for them, although it wasn't a campaign event. But she's marrying up a priority issue that she cares about with an initiative, the American Jobs Act, that is really critically important to the president.
Of course, they said it wasn't a campaign event. Right. And Governor McDonnell, whom I interviewed yesterday, is the head of the Republican Governors Association. He was there with his wife. So, you know, officially it wasn't a campaign event, but everything they do now is within that political prism.
Sure, you're going to look through everything in the next year through that lens of politics, yet the policy doesn't go away. And when you're a sitting president and a sitting first lady, that is primarily what you are responsible for. But I think, you know, she does a lot to humanize the president. Every first lady can do that for a president. They're the closest person to them, and they can humanize their struggles, and particularly as a wartime president.
And her strengths as well in terms of reaching out to women, reaching out to key groups, independent voters who have been softening. Her popularity is up with independent voters. His is way down. What else does she bring to the table?
Well, I think she brings a real comfort level as First Lady. At the end of the day, voters don't vote for the First Lady. They vote for the president. But she's able to go to places on a much less demanding schedule than he has with every problem that comes to his desk. She's freed up to do a little bit more. And I think you're already seeing it's a very aggressive schedule that she's willing to get out there, much more comfortable than she was in 2008. I think the strategy is to do no harm, but to contribute as much as you can to the president's effort. And I think I have heard and I have seen that she asked the question at the end of a campaign stump speech, are you in? And she has to be able to ask that question of herself. And if she can convey that authenticity, you know, people are drawn to it.
One thing about Michelle Obama that some people have criticized, particularly coming from parts of the Democratic Party, is that her choices are very traditional. They're not edgy. You know, military families, child obesity and nutrition, that she's not doing things that are more controversial. Understandable, though.
And why do things where you feel you can't make a great contribution and really add to the dialogue? She's taken what she cares about, what she has credibility on, authenticity, and she's bringing that to the White House and bringing it to her very public role. I think it's really unfair for anyone to criticize what one does or doesn't do. And you really are damned if you do and damned if you don't.
It's not easy being first lady.
It's not
there are a lot of
being in the public eye.
But being in the public eye. Anita McBride, been there, done that, and thanks for your wisdom. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you.